yield. Yielding is that of flexibility. Flexibility is a feminine quality. It's a feminine virtue. It's part of feminine essence. Being able to be flexible around the way that you approach your intentions, the way that you approach life, the way that you approach relationships and your projects and business and all of this is really, really, really helpful because you're not that kind of attached to the outcome then. You can have an outcome that you wish to have happen, but you allow yourself to be flexible along the journey when you grow and as you grow towards that. And you also allow yourself to be non-attached to whether that will happen or not, and you stay open and receptive to whatever the universe has to offer along the way. Yielding is really also allowing you to expand. Yielding allows you to be flexible in the journey and during the journey to also find more enjoyment in whatever you are experiencing. So yielding is a feminine essence. It's a feminine virtue. It is a feminine quality, and you get to practice it. It's not that you have to, pretend to be more flexible than you are. It is more so that you have a willingness to start being flexible. So what does yielding and flexibility look like in the day-to-day when you bloom beyond perfectionism, when you bloom beyond the rigidity, the strictness of the way that you've been approaching everything? Well, if you look at what strict is and when you look at rigidity, what is that about? Strictness and rigidity would be you having so much, need. You have such a need to have everything go your way that ultimately it might lead to a lot of unfulfillment. To be honest, it leads to a lot of unfulfillment when you are strict, when you are super rigid in the way things are meant to be and should be. You can identify whether you have a rigid thought pattern and a strict thought pattern by how many shoulds that go on in your mind in a day-to-day basis. Some shoulds, actually all of them, are deeply unnecessary, and it's more so when you have an intention behind whatever you're doing that you are in alignment, that energy can flow more fluently. So anyways, strictness, rigidity, these are qualities that you actually probably embody when you are coming from a place of perfectionism. You have strict standards for yourself, and you basically try to achieve all of these things in order to reach a certain standard, in order to feel better about yourself, when at the end of the day, it will just leave you very, 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 very unfulfilled. So being flexible and being yielding would be the opposite to that. It would be to approach the way that you go about something in a state of openness and from an open-minded mindset. So as you are yielding, as you are flexible, as you are expanding beyond what you might think is possible, you are supporting yourself and you're supporting others. I would love to support you in being able to show up from this place of flexibility, of yielding, because in conversations then you're able to listen more intently. You're able to respond more intently rather than react. And you're also able to do the very same thing with yourself. You're also able to approach the things that you're doing and the things that you're nourishing and creating with an awareness that things can change and that you can allow yourself that promise that things can change. And if they do change, then you've seen it coming, right? That you don't fit yourself into this box of what you should do and where you should be at a certain time. You allow yourself to be flexible like the seasons, like nature. And this truly is probably one of the few things that I would say I have got so much belief in because it aligns with nature. Nature is flexible, isn't it? If nature is not flexible, then I don't know. Nature is by definition flexible. It is truly one that follows cycles and seasons, yes, but it changes and adapts according to the different elements that is within it. And that is exactly what it means to yield. That is exactly what it means to be flexible and offer different points of view and have a sense of consideration for that and an appreciation for that. So this is what feminine essence is about. It's showing up from a place of nature, the natural yielding that exists within us all. So this allows you to have more compassion for yourself and others when things change and evolve and grow. You can go to bloombeyond.com/apply to apply to join the Bloom Beyond tribe, to join our tribe, right? To be able to practice yielding, practice flexibility, because this is a mindset. This is an approach. This is an energetic shift that you get to make so that if you find yourself having rigid thoughts, if you find yourself having strict thoughts and expectations for yourself, I'm here to support you in blooming beyond that, because the yielding and the flexibility is so much more supportive for your overall well-being and growth. I love you, send you so much light, and stay bright, brave, and balanced.